I can't start it. Welcome to Mother's Day special of Mrs. Turbo's Torch. This is the show that holds no punches, no topic is taboo. And you've heard him apply the heat to many guests on this show. Now the torch will be turned on him. In his own hot seat, welcome 245 kilos of love muscle, Tiger Turbulence.
I'm not sure if this is the right thing I've gone down, but yes, nice to see you, Mrs. Turbo.
The rabbit hole is deep. Okay, Turbo, you know how it works. I ask the questions and you answer them. And just get it out raw and honest, or I will turn up the Mrs. Turbo's torch on you. Turbo, have you been prepped for any of the questions I'm about to ask?
No, I haven't.
Have you signed the form from Barely Legal that removes me from any responsibility of anything that happens to you as a result of coming under this torch?
Yeah, well, don't tell anyone it's not worth the paper it's written on, but yeah, I did sign that form from Barely Legal.
Perfect. All right, Turbo, are you ready?
I'm not sure, but seeing as I'm strapped in, I suppose I am. Go, fire away.
All right, time starts now. You brag about being 245 kilos of love muscle, and you know you hit the scales at least 298. Who do you think you are kidding?
I'm not kidding anyone. That's my game weight, 245 kilos. I normally sit in the sauna for 3 or 4 hours before a game to get myself trimmed down to that.
Fair call. When you first started back in season 25, you posted 150 times at least in that very first week. I'm confident you had no idea. What would you say today to a newbie coming in to play Coody?
Well, first thing is don't do that, because that just pisses people off. I just think a new person just needs to read the threads more than they post in the threads, get to understand the place. So it's strange, and there's a lot of strange people in it. So I reckon don't be in a hurry. Just take your time. Engage when it's suitable. Don't just engage for the sake of engaging. And just get to know the place. Once you get a season under your belt, then everything starts to click into place. So yeah, take your time.
Righto, take your time. A little bit of a message in that for you, perhaps, Turbo, as well. Question, why is it Coody and not footy?
Well, when the sweet land of SFA was invented, footy was already taken, so we had to come up with something else, so Coody it was.
It's like Q for queer, like weird or wacky. It's Q, weird. Okay, in the real world, there's one season a year and then a break. Why the hell does SFA just seem to keep going and going and going?
Because we can. So why not? We don't want to stop. So, just keep it rolling.
Yeah, so you're on a good thing, stay with it?
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah, okay. All right, you think you are a captain of a footy team. Sorry, Coody team. Do you really believe that?
What do you mean, do I believe? I am captain of the Furies. There's no happening to believe anything. I'm Captain Tiger Turbulence. I don't know what you're thinking.
Oh, all right. As captain, and I see this every week, you spend hours deliberating over the team sheet. You do know it's a sim, for God's sake. Why do you spend so much time?
Because there's... And I know people talk about the fact that it's a sim and it just will do what it's going to do, but I reckon you put people in different places, you get different results, and you get different people play a position really well, and you put another name in there and it's not doing so well. And I reckon I've proven it, because at the Furies, when I took over, I started with the pretty well the original structure we used the season before, and we predominantly lost more games than we won. This season, over the last 3, 4, 5 games, I started to change it around based on posting numbers, DTs, and where people seem to be getting the best result. And I've got to a stage now where I've shuffled people from front to back, and I think we're going for 6 wins straight. So
Yeah.
and I haven't changed the timesheet in the last month, and we've just been winning. I'll tell you what, I don't know, just method in it, I reckon. There's method in it.
So what I'm getting is, do you really believe that shit?
Absolutely. I wouldn't do it if I didn't.
It's fantasy. Come on.
Come on,
All
move
right.
on.
And
Next
it's
question.
Okay. When you come to bed late and you tell me that it's because the SFA thread was going off, tell me, does that mean you have access to another area of Pornhub?
No, it means that a thread in the SFA has really picked up, and I couldn't tear myself away from it. Nothing to do with Pornhub. Nothing to see there. Got to stop them doing that.
Yeah.
Bastards.
I won't disclose the truth of that just quietly. I see what happens on the big screen. All right.
What happens
Why
on the
do
big
you
screen should
insist on
stay on the
telling-
picture.
That's exactly where I'm at. So why do you insist on telling me that you needed conjugal visits every time you got locked up in Banhammer prison? Like, really, doesn't Kofi look after you when you're on the inside?
Yeah, he does a good job, but there's nothing like a bit of home comfort. Come on. Yeah, a bit of Mrs. Turbo loving.
I should feel good about that, I guess, but sometimes, yeah. All right. Here's a thought. When I'm doing your washing, why is it that one of your socks is always more, well, sometimes crusty?
That'll be that roundy little pug that keeps dry humping my leg. Waffle. He can't help himself.
Oh, he's a cutie. Yeah, I'd let him have my leg any day, so I got to understand
Hey,
that.
hey,
All right, 3. He's got beautiful eyes. He's a nice little pug.
Oh, but settle down. Sheesh. Isn't 245
Well,
kilos of love muscle enough for you?
Well, I could have him on one of my legs, couldn't I?
No, come on, move on.
All right, 3 players to the Furies now. Who and why?
Okay, seeing as Mother's Day, I might look at feminising the Furies a little bit more, because we're at the moment an all-male team. So,
You could do with a bit of softening up, I do.
yeah, there's a lot of terrific female posters out there. So I think the first one I'd have to grab would be Norma Lee from the Bombers, because she's funny, and she just gets the whole fantasy thing. Plays her role beautifully.
Totally agree. I love her work. Yep.
I'd go come what's may. She's quick, terrific short comebacks, and just has a turn of phrase, the way she words things, which is just different and funny. And I'd go Jack Narrate, because I only got to play half a season with her in season 25 when I first come into the comp, and I just think her coming back in the fold is going to piss Ned off so much, because he hates half-hats and tennis. So I just think it'd be worth having her in the club just to see Ned melt.
Well, why would you want to do that? I thought you loved Ned.
I do love Ned, but I love him more when he's melting.
True Fury's way, I'd have to say. All right, Sunday's game day. Why is it that you are so happy when you have a win, but you're such a sore loser? And you know that it's fantasy. Do you actually realise what fantasy is?
Well, I don't know. It's real. We're a bunch of people. We're players. We put in a hard week of training. We've got our specialised diet. Like, we're on a diet of dim sims. We drink goon, so we keep ourselves hydrated. So we're a professional organisation, and I don't like losing. And it doesn't matter whether it doesn't really matter what it is. I just don't like losing. So, yeah, winners are grinners. And so far with the Furies this season, we're top of the ladder, and it's just good. I love it.
Yeah, okay. And when you win, you get these awards. And I notice the players all show the awards or the badges under their name. And you seem so proud of this. Like, again, it's fantasy. It's just a little logo. Why are you so proud?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I'm particularly proud of them. The badges, they're all right, but I don't play for the badges. So there's a few people that have got, Leave
Oh,
off
you
this.
told me. No. Proud is you told me you are 2 times SFA. You told me you were some other thing I can't even remember.
You haven't
you're
done your
proud to tell me-
research. I've never said I'm all SFA. I'm the one guy who should have been in the all SFA and they never named me. So that's not true at all.
So what is it?
Do your
Just a-
research, Darwin. You need to do your research.
Actually, you think I give a shit?
And in fact,
This is fantasy.
I can prove I'm not that thing about the badges because Ned has the captain's badge. So, and if I was a badge collector, I'd be grabbing that badge straight away. That's a nice shiny green SFA badge. So I don't give a shit.
All right, I'll give you that.
Yeah.
All right, so how come you can name so many of the Quiddy players on the teams, but you can't remember any of my family's names?
The incorrect answer would be to just say, well, I like the SFA players. But maybe it's because their names are a little bit easier to remember or something. I don't know. They just stick more.
So there's a care factor in here, am I hearing?
Yeah, I suppose. Next question.
Yeah, okay. Next question. Have you learnt your lesson? And I almost think I know the answer to this because I've seen the repeat offending about doing interviews while under the influence of the goon.
Yeah, but people want to be interviewed on Friday nights or Saturdays. And, you know, I hit the goon on Friday and Saturday. So have I learned the lesson? I admit of a couple of those ones, like I know Wiggs's interview and Metal Crusher's interview, I was fairly wasted and I'm slurry. So, yeah, in answer to you, you know what I'm like. I don't really learn real easy.
Hold on. I'm calling bullshit. You reckon it's only Friday and Saturday. I happen to know you've interviewed on other days of the week too, so...
Yeah, but they're the ones that have probably
bullshit.
come out... Yeah, but they're the ones that have come out all right. I've done some sober interviews. They haven't all been where I've been hammered.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is you're gooning it up on other days, not just Friday, Saturday. Is that not true?
But, well, that's the hydration program I'm on. I need to keep a Quiddy player and I've got to keep the fluids in. So, yep, next question.
All right, question. You know I've had offers from a few clubs to join the SFA. How do you feel about me joining another club and not the Furies?
Not going to happen. Like, seriously, I don't believe in these mixed marriages. If you were playing for another club, not the Furies, I don't know. It's like the fact that you back for Richmond, I back Richmond. It works. I don't know that I could have an opposition Logs player in the house.
Hold on, you didn't give me a choice.
No, that's right. I'm pretty strong on this stuff. But if you had to come into the SFA, you'd have to be Furies or nothing.
Well, we might have something else to say about that. All right. I assume that because it's Mother's Day today that I'll be seeing you straight after the game instead of your usual going off to Kittens to celebrate.
But the pole dancing girls are mums too, you know. They probably, you know, like so.
That's it. Time is up. Stop. Up. Thank you, Tiger Turbulence. I have one last question. Who would you like to see in the hot seat next?
Well, I think after this effort, I'd like to see Mrs. Turbo in the hot seat next.
I'm not an SFA member. Pick again.
Doesn't matter. You asked me who, and I've said it. Mrs. Turbo.
Ain't gonna happen. I'm running this show. So, who else?
Why can't I just stick with you?
Turbo can't do it. Come on, give me a name.
Ace Andy.
All right. You heard it, Ace Andy. Are you brave enough to sit in the hot seat and prove yourself? This is Mrs. Turbo with my Tiger, making it even hotter in the Turbo's household. So to anyone listening today, remember to be good to your loved ones and happy Mother's Day to all the SFA mums.
God, I'm glad that's out the way.
Me too, darling, me too.